Hello, everyone. This is your StoryDoc demo for your Project One pitch deck. So again, as I explained, you are going to select a sports organization throughout the summer term and you're going to base your 4 projects on it. Your first project due next week is to create a pitch deck, giving the state of your sports organizations where they're at with media. So summarizing their media rights deals, both national and at a local level, summarizing their social media reach, is whether any findings that you can have on their target consumer, who their fan is. Why I think that this is really important for you guys to understand how to make a pitch deck is that in my career, I've been able to really elevate and find these opportunities through the ability of making a strong pitch deck. So pitch deck is on PowerPoint and Google Slides. I'm sure you've made a presentation countless amount of times, and formatting takes a really, really long time, and consultants get paid a lot of money to make their pitch decks pretty. Well, now there are resources at your availability to streamline the formatting and design process and to make it visually appealing. So I'll say a few things. One, when someone has sent me a presentation, PowerPoint, pitch deck, whatever we want to call it, for the sake of this project, I'll be using the term pitch deck. When someone, either in my grading, when I hired on employees to join my team, and they sent me a little about me or asked them on projects, you've got about 1 minute, actually really 10 seconds to impress someone. So you want to make it look compelling. You want to make it look insightful. You want to grab their attention. So not only is this important for your future projects in school, in your college career, but also when you're trying to apply for an internship, when you are applying for a job, but also if you're an athlete and you are working on an NIL deal, you are trying to brand yourself to brands to partner with. To have that business background and that insight is something that I want to teach you to brand yourself and to market yourself. So this is good for college, this is good for you being an entrepreneur, and this is good to make opportunities yourself in the sports industry world when you're applying for those jobs. So you might have heard of Gamma. I left the tutorial about Gamma is an AI presentation builder platform. I think that's the best. However, it requires you to put a credit card down to build a deck. I don't want you guys to have to put any credit card down. So I tried out a bunch of them, and StoryDoc is pretty good, but StoryDoc doesn't require a credit card, and it also gives you a lot of personalization to make your presentations for this particular assignment. So as you can see, you are going to log in, use an email to create an account. You can see this orange upgrade. You've got like a 14-day trial that you can work on this. But again, no credit card needed for this. So how you're going to do this is see this purple icon right here when it says create new. So going over the directions to go back, I've got the assignment details up here. So you're making a state of sports media outline with all the criteria outlining media reach or media rights, valuation, social media reach, and then your target audience. You are going to make a citation page with 2 points, and then you're going to create the presentation within StoryDoc. So if you look right here, I've got my outline, did my research, fancy what I have in here, doesn't have to be long analysis, and then I've got my sources. So I've got it right here. I've created my StoryDoc account, and I'm going to click this purple button right here where it says create new. So I'm going to use the AI generator. Why we are using the AI generator is because I want you guys to be familiar with these technologies out here. So you are going to say, I'm going to say 1-pager for this. Pitch deck and 1-pager are interchangeable. One thing about 1-pager is that it is smaller. I don't want this assignment to be 10, 20 slides. I want it to be short, sweet, concise with your information available. So I'm going to say 1-pager right here. I'll select it. I have Chicago Bulls. And then you can do a drop down for the branding and the coloring that you can use. It'll have the website that you have. So there's a few options here. I'm going to use the Chicago Bulls website. I'm going to click next step and then refine your company's description. I'm going to put Chicago Bulls State of Media right here, which is the title of the project. I'm going to go back to my outline that I made. I just made it in Google Docs here, but Word, whatever you have. Oh, I'm not going to include the sources when I do that. So I'm just going to copy and paste my outline in here, copy and paste. This is saying, what is your one pager? What should it be about? Okay, then you're going to go to next step. I'm going to pick, based on your Chicago Bulls, it'll tell you the branding that you want to use, but there's also most popular here, so you can go and try to look for your team. But StoryDoc has already automated this process for me. This is going to take a little bit of time for the editing. That I'll probably cut this out. But it takes, maybe 1 to 2 minutes here. Okay, look at how awesome this looks. Look, it auto-generated this and a new window will pop up. It even has the Chicago Bulls logo that it inputted. And then you can go ahead and start doing the editing process of what you want to include. So we are using AI as a tool, as a resource. We are not using AI to do our assignments because, as you can see, this AI generated, it does not make sense and it is not relevant to the assignment. I mean, it's saying our mission on here, that's unnecessary. We're going on the other sites, our achievements. It's got a photo of, I think, is that of a baseball stadium. It's not, we got to make it specific to us. So we're using it as a tool. We are not using AI to complete our assignment. So cool thing and why I've selected StoryDoc as the platform to help build our presentation is you can insert your custom images with this free version. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I love AI. I love Allen Iverson. I like how that's like a little double play on words. AI because this is an AI software and they put Allen Iverson in here. But we are going to change it to the Bulls. So you just click on this photo and the image will pop up. I'm going to click on that, change image. The cool thing about this is StoryDoc is you can input your own images to create an assignment. So you can do this with Add Media and directly upload them from your computer that you can save. So what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to use Benny the Bull for this. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and delete average reading time. That's unnecessary. Oh, and then right here, you can go ahead and put your name so I know who this is about. So Danny Wysocki, sports, I forget our class assignment, but media, design, and communication, and our numbers on there. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this slide blank. I don't want to delete it right away, but at the same time, I want to make sure that it makes sense. So I'll come back to that. So our service. So this is going ahead. I'm going to minimize this, and then I can start doing this. So our services. You want to make sure, I'm going to start editing and custom tailoring it. Okay, sorry guys, I have to make this. I'm going to have to toggle back and forth between the windows. So with the media rights, I'm sorry, where are we? Okay. You can start editing each of the slides. So as you can see, when the AI generated one did this, it kind of took an overview, but it didn't give specifics. But company overview, I'll change this. I'll put Chicago Bulls by the numbers. These imported all of the metrics that I found that I copy and pasted within my outline. One thing that's really important to do with AI is you want to make sure that it has used the correct number. So let's see, it's got 16 million on Facebook, 10 million on Instagram, 2.5 million on TikTok. Those have all fact checked right. So by the numbers. So I like this slide. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this to the, can I go ahead and move this? I'm going to have to play around with that. Okay, so slide 5. It looks very good. I don't think it's necessary or relevant to the assignment description, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this slide. So this is when we want to get for the achievement. So state, Chicago Bulls, state of media. Okay, media partnerships. This is the other thing of how you're going to have to change this. It says we, it's not, it does not make sense. You guys are doing this assignment as a student, so you shouldn't use I or we or, whatever on here. This did a summary, an AI summary of what I have, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy and paste what I have in here. So I think I'm going to have to shorten it because it's only 350 words, but let's see how much we can get on it. Okay, 500. So Chicago Bulls local media rights. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up, but I can start using bullet points. Bullet points right there. I'm going to change it so the spacing and alignment. So similar to how you would make a PowerPoint, you're going to make your adjustments right here. So I'll clean that up a little bit later. Also, again, this photo that it did AI generated, that's not going to work. I'm going to go ahead. I will use media rights this right here about their new network that they launched. Okay. Media rights, what do we've got here? Social media reach. Globally with 70%. So this is good, but I want to make sure that I'm adding the bullet points so it looks, it's about the same amount of content as before. So offline, when I get after the demo, I'll add to this. I'm going to go ahead and change the photo, change image. Very simple. Okay, this TikTok photo is good. Right there, got the branding. Social media reach. I'm actually global target consumer. Command Z is how you undo here. So you're going to just go ahead and play around with this to customize it. Again, looks good, looks strong about how you're going to do it. Use this final page right here as your citation page. So I'm going to delete all this. I'm going to change this, and I will take my citations here. Through all my research. I'm going to make the font white so I can see it. And we'll go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. So as you can see, I am working on this. I'm going to go ahead, now that I have finalized it a little bit, I'm also going to go ahead and delete this slide. Again, not necessary for the state of this project, but play around with it, make the format more custom to what we need in this assignment. Again, it should only be, 4 or 5 pages tops, and that's including this title page and then what we have within our citations. So play along with it, and you guys should be a little bit familiar. We all are on different social media platforms, have created our own content, and that it's pretty intuitive and user-friendly, but make it more customized for you. So what you're going to do, there's also this cool preview button, and it'll show you how to look like in presentation mode and how each of these specific sections of the slide highlight and turn up, and the photos are automated too. So again, hey, if you're applying for internship at the Lions, if you are working on an NIL deal, if you're doing something that works for you, and if someone sends me this link like, hey, check out, what I made, what I envisioned for this particular opportunity, I'm stopping, I'm saying, wow, this is, something really cool to connect with. So that is what we have for the presentation. When you want to click out of it, that's for presentation mode. So upgrade now. Again, we are not putting any credit cards down. We are only using the trial version, but if you were to put a credit card down, you can download this as a PDF. The free version gives you a shareable link. So I click that share button. It's going to generate the link. It's going to take up to a minute to make the link. And you're going to go ahead and copy a link. And then when you are turning in your Word document aspect of it, you are just going to say link to presentation. That is your part 2. You're going to include that link. So when I'm grading it, I can go ahead and click on it and do the grading. The last part of this assignment is going to be your technology analysis. I want you to go ahead right here. You're going to create analysis. You're going to tell me, hey, what you liked about using StoryDoc, if you found it really difficult and you will never use another AI-generated platform like this again. What you changed in it, like, hey, I took out, the graph slides because yes, I thought that it was cool, but it wasn't relevant. I'm debating I'm going to upload my final sample of this, but I probably am going to take this slide out. I really only think that it's numbers that you do, Chicago Bulls by the numbers. And then I'm going to use this slide to give a breakdown of their current media partnership, social media reach, and then talking about that target consumer profile with what we have found. So I hope that you guys enjoy this and find it beneficial for both this particular project, but then as well for future. And then again, you have the assignment option. If this is intimidating with you, if for your beliefs you do not believe in AI, then you can use the alternative assignment, which is to create a PowerPoint deck using a template. And why I want you guys to use a template is because I really strongly believe in formatting and design. Please do not send in, your generic rushed format because again, within the sports industry, it's competitive, presentation, visualizations matter, and you've got about, maybe 30 seconds top to impress someone when they're opening up that initial link. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. Take care.